Hello students, so today we are going to solve 10th standard SSC board algebra March 2020 paper. So in this I'm going to give you the full solution with the explanation. Okay, so let's start with the paper. Question number 1A is MCQ. So the first question is, in the format of GSTN there are total dash alphanumerics. So the answer is A. There are total 15 alphanumerics. Next, from the following equations you have to state which is the quadratic equation. Okay, so the answer is B. X bracket x plus 5 equal to 4. Why? Because when you open the bracket we will get x square plus 5x equal to 4, and after shifting 4 on the left hand side we get x square plus 5x minus 4 equal to 0. And this particular equation is in its standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So this is going to be the correct option. Okay, let's see the next one. For the simultaneous equation in x and y, they have given dx, dy and d, and you have to find the value of x. So the formula for x is dx upon d, that is 49 by 7. Answer is 7. So the correct option is A, 7. Okay, let's see the next one. Na equal to 2, Pa equal to 1 by 5. So we are using the formula for probability. So the formula for probability of event A is Na upon Ns, and they have given the probability as 1 by 5. So that is equals to 2 by Ns. So when we cross multiply we get Ns equals to 10. Okay, so the answer is option C, 10. Okay, so we finished with all the MCQs. So let's start with the second question. Okay, let's see the first one. You have to find the second and the third term of an AP, and they have given the first term as minus 2 and common difference as minus 2. So A is given as minus 2 and D is also given as minus 2. So you have to find out the second term. So the second term T2 equals to, the formula is A plus D. So the first term plus the common difference. So we get answer as minus 4, that is the second term. The third term is nothing but the second term plus the common difference. So we got the second term as minus 4 plus minus 2, okay, is the common difference. So answer is minus 6. So we get the final answer, that is the second term as minus 4 and the third term as minus 6. Okay, yes, let's see the second one. They have given the rate of GST as 12%. So GST is given as 12%. Okay, and the question is you to find out CGST and SGST. So CGST and SGST is nothing but half of GST. So that is 12 by 2, that is 6%. Okay, so the final answer is CGST and SGST. Let me write properly. CGST and SGST is nothing but 6%. Okay, because the half of GST is nothing but CGST as well as SGST. Okay, so these are the first two sums of question number 1B. Okay, let's see the next two sums, the third and the fourth one. So the third sum says they have given the quadratic equation, that is 2x square minus 5x plus 7 equal to 0. And the question is you have to find the values of A and B. Okay, so before we find the values of A and B, we have to write down this comparing with the standard form. Okay, so what is the standard form of the quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So when you compare, now we'll get the value of a as 2, b as minus 5. We also get the value of c, that is 7, but in the question they have asked to find the value of a and b only. So the value of a is 2 and b is minus 5. Okay, yes, let's see the next one. They have given two simultaneous equations and you have to find out the values of x and y. Okay, so 15x plus 17y equals to 21, and then we have 17x plus 15y equal to 11. So when you add both the equations, okay, so when you add both the equations, what I'm going to get is 32x plus 32y equals to 32. Now when I divide by 32, we get the value of x plus y as 1. Okay, students, so this is the required answer. Now remember, for this particular sum, you are not supposed to solve the equation. Okay, we have to just find the value of x plus y. And for the same question, if they say find the value of x minus y, instead of adding, we will subtract the two equations. So you will get the value of x and y. Okay. So with this, we finished with question number 1. Now let's see question number 2. Okay, these are 2 marks each. We have to solve any two, but here I'm going to solve the complete paper. So we'll be doing all the sums. Okay, so we have to complete the table. They have given the equation as 2x minus 6y equal to 3. In the first condition, you have to substitute the value of x as minus 5. So instead of x, if I substitute minus 5, let's see what we get. Minus 10 minus 6y equal to 3. Minus 6y equals to 3 plus 10. So y equals to 13 by minus 6. Okay, so we get the value of y as minus 13 by 6. We take the minus sign in the numerator. Okay, so we got the first answer. So here we have to write down the answer as minus 5 comma minus 13 by 6. Okay, so that is the first answer. Now in the second condition, means here you have to substitute the value of y as 0. Okay, so let us substitute the value of y as 0. If I substitute the value of y as 0, what I get is 2x equals to 3. 6 into 0 is 0, so x equals to 3 by 2. So we got the value of x as 3 by 2. So the answer is 3 by 2 comma 0. Okay, just have a look at the sum. Any doubt you have? Okay, understand the sum. Okay, right. So let's see the next one. Okay, so here they have given the first term and the common difference as 6 and 3. Okay, and we have to solve the sum. You have to complete the activity. So the value of a is 6 and the value of d is 3. Okay, so in the first we have to just write down the formula. Okay, students, here they have mentioned write down the formula. So here we are going to just write down the formula n upon 2 2a plus bracket n minus 1d. In the second step you have done the substitution. So it is 2a, the value of a is 6, so it is 2 into 6 in this particular step. 27 minus 1, the value of d is 3. Okay, now when I solve this further, so what I'll get, 27 upon 2, this is 12 plus 27 minus 1 is 26 into 3, so that is 27 upon 2, 12 plus 78. Okay, so that is 12 plus 78 is 90. So here in the activity I'm going to write down here 90. So when we reduce this, we get 45. So the answer is 27 into 45, that is 1215. Okay, so this is the activity, the second activity. Let's see the third one. Okay, it is a card sum based on probability. So there are total 52 cards, so ns is 52, and you have to find the probability of getting a red card. Okay, so in red card we know that there are total 13 hearts and 13 diamonds, so total there are 26 cards. Here again you have to write down the formula. So the formula is Na upon Ns, that is 26 upon 25. So after I reduce, I get answer as 1 by 2. Okay, so we finished with question 2a, all the activities. Okay, now let's start with question 2b. We have to solve. Okay, so let's see the solution. It is 7 upon 3. Okay, it is a determinant, so we know how do we solve a determinant. It is 7 upon 3 into 1 upon 2. We multiply this minus 5 upon 3 into 3 by 2. So when you solve this, we get 7 upon 6 minus 15 upon 6. Okay, so we get answer as minus 8 by 6, and when you reduce by 2, we get minus 4 upon 3. Okay, so this is the answer for the determinant. Okay. Now the next is we have to solve the equation by factorization method. Okay, so we want two numbers. When you multiply, you get 54, and when you add, you get minus 15. Okay, so the two numbers are minus 9 and minus 6. So we write x square, we split minus 15x as minus 9x minus 6x plus 54 equal to 0. Okay, and after that we make groups of 2, we take common. So x is common, x minus 9 minus 6 common. So make sure that students, you take, when you take minus sign common, inside the bracket, I'm talking about this sign will change. Okay, so it will become x minus 9. So x minus 9 common, x minus 6 equal to 0. So we put x minus 9 equal to 0, and we put x minus 6 equal to 0. So after shifting, we get the value of x as 9 and x as, okay, so this is how you solve the sum by factorization method. Okay, yes, so let's see the third one. Okay, the question is you to determine whether the following, decide whether the following sequence is an AP or no. Okay, so to determine whether this particular sequence is AP or no, first you have to find the value of common difference for each. Okay, so what I'm going to do is T2 minus T1, that is minus 5 minus of minus 12, that is plus 12, so it will become 7. Next is T3 minus T2, that is 2 minus of minus 5, yes, this is also 7. The next is T4 minus T3, 9 minus 2, that is 7. Next is T5 minus T4, that is 16 minus 9, that is also 7. T6 minus T5, that is 23 minus 16, this is also 7. And then T7 minus T6, that is 30 minus 23, this is also 7. So what we see is, yes, the difference is 7. So my answer is going to be yes, it is an AP. Okay, so yes, it is an AP because the common difference is same. So now we have to find out AN equals to A plus N minus 1D. We have to find out the 20th term. So that is A is minus 12 plus 20 minus 1. The value of D, we got it as 7. So that is minus 12 plus 19 into 7 minus 12 plus 133. So that is, answer is 121. Okay, so the 20th term is 121. Okay, the formula sample space is going to be, first we will start from 2, repetition is not allowed, so it will be 23, 25, 27, 29. Then we'll start with 3, 32, repetition is not allowed, so 33 we cannot take, 37, 39. Now we'll start with 5, 52, 53, 57, 59. Now we'll start with 7, 72, 73, 75, 79. Now the last digit we are going to start with 9, that is 92, 93, 95 and 97. So we have total of 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. There are total 20 number of sample space, that is ns equals to 20, and the question is we have to find the probability for odd number. Okay, so let that event be A. So students, we want all odd numbers, so let us first highlight all the odd numbers: 23, 25, 37, 39, 35, 37, 39, 53, 57, 59, 73, 75, 79, 93, 85, 87. We are going to write down all these numbers here. Okay, that is going to be A. So NA is going to be, let us count, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So the probability of A, NA upon NS, 16 upon 3, we reduce by 4, so 4 4. So answer is 4 by. Okay, so let's see the next one. Okay, they have given the value of L as 10, F1, F0, F2, H, and the question is you to find the value of mode. Okay, so since all the values are given, we will directly write down the formula for mode, that is L plus F0, F1 minus F0 upon twice of F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Okay, given that, students, you have taken the formula correct. Okay, you learned the formula. We have to just substitute the values. The value of L is 10, F1 is 70, F0 is 58, double of 70 minus 58 minus 42 into H is 2. Okay, is 10 plus, this is 12, 140 minus 100 into 2, that is 10 plus 12 upon 40 into 2. So we will reduce 1. Okay, now that is 10 plus 12 divided by 2 is 6 upon 10, one more 0, so that is 0.6. So the final answer is 10.6. Okay, so with this we finished with question number 2. Okay, now we have to do question number 3A, that is we have to complete the table. Okay, so this particular table is used for pie diagram. They have given the table, the total is given as 200. Okay, and we know that whenever you have to find out the individual central angles, okay, so it is 80 upon 200 into 360. So once you reduced, you will get answer as 144 just write it over here. We'll get answer as 144 degrees. Okay, for the next, it is already given 60 upon 200 into 360. So when you reduce, you will get answer as 108. This is already given as 63. Here it is going to be 360. The next is 25 upon 200 into 360. My answer is going to be 45 degree. Okay, so we got this as 360, we got this as 45 degree. And to just cross check your answer, students, the addition of all this should come 360, and that we are going to write down over here. Addition is 360. So if you don't get addition as 360, means there is some calculation mistakes what you have done. Okay, let's see. So let's see the next one. It is on shares. Yes, so they have given the face value of a share is 100, number of shares are 150, market value is given as 120 rupees. So sum invested equals to market value is 120 into number of shares. Okay, number of shares is given as how much? 150. So 120 into 150 is 18,000. So we got the first thing. The second point is given as you to find out the dividend. Okay, now the dividend is given as 7%. So that is 7% of the face value. The face value is 100. So 100 into 7%. After we reduce, we get answer as 7. So the total dividend is nothing but the dividend on per share multiplied by number of shares, that is 7. So that is 150 into 7. We'll get rupees 1050. Okay, and the last part is you to find out the rate of return. So the rate of return is dividend upon total invested into 100. Okay, so we have to just reduce it. Yes, and when you divide, you get answer as 5.83333. It is recurring, so we take it as 5.83%. Okay, so this is the rate of return. Okay, so students, let's have the next question. That is question 3b. It is based on probability. So a vendor has 3 colors of balloon, that is 2 red, 3 blue and 4 green. So let us write down the sample space. We'll take the red as R. So we have R1, R2, blue B1, B2, B3, green is G1, G2, G3 and G4. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total there are 9 outcomes. So NS equals to 9. We have to find two probabilities. So the first one is for the red ball. So let that event be A. Yes, so that is R1, R2. So NA is 2. There are total 2 outcomes because there are only 2 red balls. So the probability of A is NA upon NS, that is 2 by 9. Right? Let's see the second one. You have to find the probability of blue color ball. So let that event be B. So that is B1, B2, B3. Okay. So NB, there are total 3 outcomes, students. So the probability of B is NB upon NS, that is 3 by 9. When you reduce, answer is 1 by 3. So we got the first answer as 2 by 9 and the second answer as 1 by. Okay, that is the first sum of question number 3b. Let's see the second one. Okay, now here what they have given is the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice the numerator. So we are taking the numerator and denominator as x and y. So I will take the numerator as x and denominator as y. So the first equation we get from the first statement itself, students. So they have given the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice the number of the numerator, twice its numerator. Okay, so the first equation what we get is y equals to 2x plus 4. Okay, but first you have to write down those two statements. Let the numerator of the fraction be x and let the denominator of the fraction be y. Okay, and then we get this particular equation. Now let's see the second equation. The denominator becomes 12. Okay, they are given the denominator becomes 12, so becomes 12 times the numerator. Okay, if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6, so I am reducing the denominator by 6 and I am reducing the numerator by 6, and what they have told is the denominator, means this is the denominator, it will become 12 times the numerator. Okay, so this is the second equation, but I'm not going to mark this as the second equation because I have to solve this. Okay, so when I open the bracket, I'll get 12x minus 72. Now what we can do is we can substitute the value of y over here. So that is 2x plus 4 minus 6. Reason we can write down from 1. Okay, this is the substitution method of solving what you have done in 9th standard, so you can use that particular method. So we get 2x minus 2 equals to 12x minus 72. So 2x minus 12x equals to minus 72 plus 2, that is minus 70. This is minus 10x. So when you solve this, we get x equal to 7. So we got x. X is nothing but the numerator, but the question is you have to find out the fraction. So we have to find the value of, yes, y also. So let us find that. The best is substituting in equation 1. Okay, substituting in the first equation. So y equals to 2x, the value of x is 7, plus 4, so that is 14 plus 4, 18. So we got y as 18. Okay, now students, always remember one thing, like after we get the value of x and y, the sum is not yet over, because the question is you have to find out the fraction. Okay, so the final answer is the fraction. What is a fraction? When you write a fraction, it is always numerator upon denominator. So numerator is 7 and denominator is 18. So the final answer is 7 by 18, not 7 and 18. Okay, because we have to write the fraction. Okay, chalo. So that sum we finish. Okay, now the next is, students, we have to solve the particular sum by a direct method. Okay, so whenever we are solving by a direct method, students, we need total how many columns? 4 columns. So 2 columns. I'm just continuing the sum in the question itself. Okay, so let us make columns. Yes, 2 columns we need. Okay, so what are those 2 columns? What we need is, the first column what we need is x. What does x stands for? X stands for class mark. Okay, so these are the classes. From the classes, how do we get the class mark? That is the number between 1 and 2. Okay, that is 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 and 5.5. Okay, so we got class mark. And this particular column over here, okay, number of customers is nothing but frequency. Okay, the last column is fi dot xi, means the multiplication of the frequency and class mark, means we are multiplying these 2 columns. So 17 into 1.5, yes, so that is 25.5. 13 into 2.5 is 32.5. 10 into 3.5 is 35, but I will write down 35.0 so that my decimal addition goes correct. 7 into 4.5 is 31.5 and 3 into 5.5 is 16.5. Okay, now for direct method we need total of the frequency and the total of Fi. So the total of frequency is 30 and here the total is 141. Okay, so the formula for mean by direct method is summation of Fi upon summation of Fi. So that is 141. Now no need to write down the decimal upon 30. So I will remove the decimal first. Yes. Okay. Sorry, the total is 50. I'm sorry, students. The total is 50. Okay, the total is 50. So here will come only 5. We remove the decimal. Okay, so 14.1 upon 5, that is 2.82. Okay, so the final answer is you have to find the mean of milk sold. So the answer is mean milk sold is 2.82 liters. Okay, so this is the sum what we solved by direct method. Okay, yes, let's have the next sum, students, which is again an important sum. Okay, they have given the sum of 3 consecutive terms of an AP is given as 27 and the product is given as 504, and they have told take the 3 terms as A minus D, A and A plus D. Okay, fine. So what is the first condition given? Let us see. So the first condition what is given is the sum is 27, so A minus D plus A plus A plus D is given as 27. So what I see is D and D will cut, that is CA is 27, A is 9. Okay, so we got the value of A. Now they have given their product is 504, so the product is 504. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the value of A, that is 9 minus D into 9 plus D equals to 504. Okay, so here what I'll do is I will first multiply this two, which will form an identity, and this 9 I'm going to divide here. Okay, so what I'll get, A plus B, A minus B as 81 minus D square, and 504 when I divide by 9. Okay, so I'm going to get that as 56. Okay, so that is 81 minus D square as 56. So after shifting, I let D square as 25, and when you find the value of D, it is D square, so the value of D is going to be plus 5 as well as minus 5. Yes, students, so we have to remember this is plus 5 as well as minus 5. So what value to take? We have to take both the values. Yes, we have to take both the values, means A is 9 and D is 5, or A is 9 and D is minus 5. Okay, so we have to take both the conditions. So when you solve, means now what, we have to substitute the values in the 3 terms. So that is A minus D is 9 minus 5 is 4, that is the first term. A is 9 and A plus D is 9 plus 5, that is 14. Now here if I take A minus D, so that is 9 minus 5, it will become plus 5, that is 14. A will be 9 and A plus D will be 9 plus minus 5, 4. Okay, so when I write the final answer, the required AP is 4, 9, 14, or we have two answers, or student, this is 14 over here, sorry, or it is 14, 9, 4. Okay, so we have two answers, 4, 9, 14 or 14, 9, 5. Okay, why? Because the value of D was plus or minus 5. Okay. Okay, so students, let's see the next question, that is question number 4. Okay, we have to draw histogram. Okay, so now students, if you see, the classes are not starting from 0. Okay, it is 18 to 20, 20 to 22. So on the graph, okay, you can see carefully, I'm drawing a crank. Okay, we are cutting the graph, and after that I'm going to start from here. So that is 18 to 20. The next is 20 to 22. The next class is 22 to 24. Next is 24 to 26. Next is 26 to 28. Next is 28 to 30. Okay, what is this? Price of sugar, okay, in rupees. And on y-axis we are taking here number of weeks. Okay, so on y-axis I'm taking the scale as, I can take any scale, I can take scale as even number, or I can take multiple of 5 also. Okay, so we'll go with even number, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I'll stop till 22 because the biggest number is 22. Okay, so now let us draw the histogram. So for the first class, it is number of weeks is 4. So it is going to come till here, 4. The next is 8. 8. The next is 22. Okay, 22. The next is 12. Students, we have to use scale for drawing this. Okay, the next is, after 12 it is 6, and for the last class it is 8. Okay, yes, so all the histograms are to be drawn with scale only, students. Okay, and one more thing, students, we have to specify the scale. Okay, so we write scale on the top. So let us write for x-axis. For x-axis, the scale is 2 centimeter equal to rupees 2. Okay, and on y-axis, 1 centimeter equal to 2 weeks. Okay, so this is how an histogram is to be done. Okay, and remember, students, not to forget the scale. Okay, yes, it carries half mark. Okay, so this is how you draw histogram. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, a person borrows rupees 4,000 and agrees to pay a total interest of rupees 500 in 10 installments. Okay, so let's see the sum. So SN, okay, the total amount borrowed is 4,000 plus an interest of 500. So total he has to pay 4,500. Okay, 4,500. So this is the total amount borrowed, and in 10 installments. So the number of terms is 10. Each installment being less than the preceding, by 10. Okay, so the value of D is minus 10. Okay, so now you have to use SN formula. SN equals to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, we have all the values except the value of a, that is 4500. 10 upon 2, 2a, number of terms, that is number of installment is 10, d is minus 10. Okay, So when you reduce this, you get 5, and that 5 when you shift, we get 4500 upon 5. That is 2a plus, when you solve this, students, 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 into minus 10 is minus 90. So it is like this, minus. Okay, so when you reduce this, this is 1s are 9s are. Okay, so I get 900 equals to 2a minus 90. 90 will go there, it is 990 equals to 2a. Is a equals to 990 upon. Is that clear, students? So we get the value of a as okay, so we got the value of a as 495. Okay, now read the question. We want to find the first and the last installment. So we got the first installment, so this is in rupees. Okay, now the last installment means Tn equals to a plus n minus 1d. A is 495 plus 10 minus 1, d is minus 10. Okay, so that is 495. So when you solve this, we get answer as 90 with a minus sign. So answer is 405 Tn. Okay, so we have to write down the final answer. Okay, see over here. So the final answer is first installment equal to rupees 495 and last installment equal to rupees 405. Okay, the third sum. Okay, let's see the third sum. Now they have given the sum of the areas of two squares is 400 and the difference of their perimeter is 16. You have to find the side of the two squares. Okay, now students, this particular sum is actually a quadratic equation, but to make you understand the sum more easily, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this particular sum with a simultaneous equation, means taking x and y, and ultimately when you solve, we are definitely going to get a quadratic equation. How? Let's see. So they have given the difference of their perimeter is 600. You have to find the sides of the two square. Okay, so what I'll do is let the side of bigger square equal to x centimeter, let the side of smaller square equal to y centimeter. Okay, now two things are given to us. The sum of their areas is given as 400 and the difference of their perimeter is given as 16. Okay, so I'm going to take the difference first. So p1 minus p2 is given as 16. Okay, now the formula for perimeter is 4 into side. So the difference is 16, means we are talking about the bigger perimeter minus the smaller perimeter. So the bigger perimeter will be 4x minus 4y equal to 16. When I divide by 4, I will get x minus y equal to 4. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, so x minus y is 4, so what will be x equals to y plus 4. Okay, I'll mark this equation as 1. Now they have told that the sum of their areas, so let me take it as a1. So a1 plus a2 is given as 400. Okay, so the sum of the areas is given as 400 and we know that the formula for area of square is side square and the sides we have taken as x and y. So area is going to be x square plus y square equals to 400. Okay, right? Okay, now we are going to substitute the value of x over here. So that is y plus 4 bracket square plus y square equals to 400. Okay, so we substituted the value of x over here. Okay, so now you have to open the bracket by using identity a plus b bracket square. So that is a square plus 8y plus 16 plus y square equals to 400. Okay, so it will be 2y square plus 8y plus 16 minus 400 equal to 0. Okay, now we have a quadratic equation. What you can see, we got a quadratic equation. So it is 2y square plus 8y minus 384 equal to 0. I can divide the whole equation by 2. What I get is y square plus 4y minus 192 equal to 0. Okay, so again we have a quadratic equation and we have to solve this particular equation by factorization method. So if you can see, I want two numbers. When you multiply, I get 192, and when you add, I get minus 4. Okay, so the numbers are 16 and 12, so it is plus 16 and minus 12. Okay, so we take y common, y plus 16 minus 12 common, y plus 16, the sign will change, students, so we get y plus 16 and y minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, so y plus 16 equal to 0, y minus 12 equal to 0, so we get y equal to minus 16 and we get y equals to 12. Now y equal to minus 16 is not possible. Why? Because it is the side of the square. So we just write over here, side cannot be negative. Okay, so we cannot take the value of y as minus 16, but we can take the value of y as 12. So if y is 12, what will be x? See the first equation, students. We are substituting in the first equation. So x equals to y plus 12, sorry, y plus 4. That is 12 plus 4, 16. Okay, so what is the final answer? So we have the sides of the square as 12 centimeters and 16 centimeters. Okay, so this is how we did the sum, students. So we started with a simultaneous equation, but at the end what we got is a quadratic equation. Okay, yes. So students, now let's see the last question, that is question number 5. Convert the following equations into simultaneous equations and solve. Yes, we even have to solve this. Okay, so let's see the first equation. It is the whole under root x upon y equal to 4, and the second equation is 1 upon x plus 1 upon y equals to 1 upon xy. Okay, now for the first equation, students, we have to do the normal thing. What we do is, if you want to remove root, what we do? Squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. So if you square both sides, what do we get? X upon y equal to 16. Okay, so I can shift and I say x equals to 16y. Okay, x equals to 16y. Now come to the second equation. Now what we're going to do is, we are going to shift xy over here. Okay, so when you shift xy over here, what will happen is xy is going to multiply to the whole bracket, means xy will multiply to the first term also, and xy will multiply to the last term also, and we'll get 1 here. Okay, so here what we see is x and x will cut, here y and y will cut. So what we get is y plus x equals to 1. Okay, so what we did is, students, we converted the given equation in this particular form. Okay, now I'm going to substitute the value of x over here. Okay, I'm going to substitute the value of x over here. So what I'll get, y equals to 16y equal to 1, y plus 16y equal to 1 from 1, 17y equal to 1, y equal to 1 by 17. Okay, so we got the value of y as 1 by 17, and to find the value of x, students, we have to just substitute the value of y in the first equation. So we have x equals to 16y, so 16 into 1 upon 17, that is 16 upon 17. So we got x equals to 16 upon 17. Okay, so this is how we solve this particular sum. Okay, is that understood? Okay, now let's see the last sum, students. Okay, the last sum of the paper. Yes, a dealer sells a toy for rupees 24 and gains as much percent as the cost price of the toy. Okay, the dealer sells, so this is the selling price is rupees 24, and see what they're given. He gains as much percent as the cost price of the toy. Okay, so let me take the cost price as x, and it is a gain. Gain means profit, students. Okay, so what is profit? Selling price minus cost price. For this particular sum, you should know the basics of cost price and selling price. So that is 24 minus x. Okay, now what they are given, he gains as much percent as the cost price. So profit percent formula is profit upon CP into 100. Profit upon CP into 100. And they have given he gains as much percent as the cost price. What is the cost price? X. So profit percent is also x, equals to profit upon cost price into 100. Okay, this is the sum. So when you shift, we get x square equals to 24 minus x bracket 100, x square equals to 2400 minus 100x. Okay, so when you shift the terms, we get a quadratic equation, x square plus 100x minus 2400 equal to 0. Okay, so this is again a quadratic equation, so we have to solve the sum. Okay, so we want two numbers. When you multiply, we get minus 2400 and addition is 100. Okay, yeah, so the numbers are 120 and 20. Yes, 120x plus 120x minus 20x. Okay, yeah, minus 2400. Okay, now after taking common, so x is common, so we get x plus 120 minus 20 common, x plus 120 equal to 0. So is x plus 120, x minus 20 equal to 0. X plus 120 equal to 0, x equal to minus 120, and we get x minus 20 equal to 0, x equals to 20. Okay, so students, we have taken x as nothing but the cost price, so the cost cannot be negative. Cost cannot be negative, so I have my cost price as 20 rupees 20. Okay, and that is what you have to find out. So the final answer is cost price of toy equal to rupees 20. Okay students, so with this we finished with the whole of algebra paper. Okay, thank you so much.